Lori Vallow Daybell. Her trial in Idaho just ended for the murder of her two children, Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow. Charles did his best to keep himself and his children safe. He was obviously afraid that something was going to happen.
We've been at a great marriage. All of a sudden, the last month it just blew up. She just lost connection.
Has she made any statements about wanting to hurt the children or anything?
Today she said with Gabe on the phone, come take the kids. I don't care what happens to them. She said, I can.
And she's talking in a spiritual...
No, she's talking physically.
And while Lori did not murder Charles herself, her brother Alex Cox was the trigger man. He seemingly just followed what Lori said blindly.
I've tried to support her as much as I could, but it's gotten really, really bad. Like he says, I'm Nick Snyder. I've taken over Charles's body.
Alex claims that he had to shoot Charles in self-defense as he came at him with a baseball bat.
And then he's coming back at me, and he still got the bat in his hand. Like, what are you doing? And I turned around, and he hit the back of the head with the bat. So I went to my room and got my I want you to put that bat down, and he wouldn't do it. After he'd already hit me in the head, so I tried to stop him.
Here is the full interrogation of Lori Vallow Daybell that took place on the day Charles Vallow was shot and killed.
We moved into this house 3 weeks ago because he offered to get me a house here where all my family is. He's like, well, I'll pay for a house for you and for JJ and whatever. It's all about JJ. It's never about Tylee because we adopted him together. He's his great nephew. We adopted him as a baby, so we've been raising him together. And he travels all the time for business, so he's used to just going back and forth. So he came when we first moved in and brought me stuff from Houston, like a U-Haul, and then he hasn't been back. But it's all these threats on my phone all the time.
What kind of threats?
He's always mad at me, right? Okay. And he doesn't want a divorce. So we married for 14 years, we dealt with it for 14 years, of him being horrible to her. Like, he gets in huge fights with her, a lot of things. But anyway, I told him, I said, I will never keep JJ from you. You can come see him whenever you want to, come take him to school, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that.
So when you initially moved, he had said he was going to buy you a house, so you moved here with your
he was going to rent us a house.
And so you moved.
All my family lives here. And then he moved us to Houston.
Okay.
And we were there with my son. He was out of school. He didn't have any of his, services, his DDD, his anything. He, ripped him out of school and said, we're moving.
Okay.
And I didn't go with him at first. And he took him. And I let him take him. And I didn't file anything or whatever. And then he filed something against me and said, I'm only going to get supervised visits because I'm crazy and blah, blah, blah. And so I just didn't talk to him for 30 days and let him take care of him. And let him see what I've been doing for the past 7 years. Because men need to do that. You know, I have 5 kids. I have grown kids. I have grandkids.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to threaten me that you're not going to let me see my child without supervised visitation? Okay, do it for 30 days and see how long it lasts. You're begging me to come pick him up.
Yeah.
But she did. She's like, come back. So I moved in with them to Houston for the family, and Tylee went with me. We drove to Houston from here and left all our family and all his support, all my son's support, his cousins, everything. And we were there. And I enrolled him in school there. I tried to start all his services, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
It takes so long to get that done. He didn't do any of it in those 30 days. So he just had gone without services, without even applying. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks since we moved in.
Okay.
He came. He was very nasty when he was there, but he travels for business. So he went back to the Houston house, and he's like, I'm coming on Wednesday night, and I'm going to come pick up JJ and take him to school Thursday, pick him up Thursday, take him Friday, whatever. And I said, you can't come stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. She's a minor. She has to live here. Because he gets in huge fights up there.
Okay.
And she hates him. And so you can't stay at the house, so I will book you a hotel because he stays in hotels all the time because he travels for business.
What does he do?
He works with teachers in their retirement plans, but he goes to them at their school. He mostly works in California.
Okay.
No matter where we live. Gives him freedom that he doesn't have to stay home every day and take care of special needs.
Yeah.
Like an excuse. Right? And I was a single mom before I married him with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And he had 2 kids. We got married, tried to make a family. So he said he was coming last night. I said, well, you can't stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. I'll get you a hotel and you can come plead with JJ. But he goes to school all day.
Yeah.
I got him back into his school because he's so out of his routine. He's been a nightmare on the floor, kicking stuff, hitting stuff, walls. He says, come and get JJ. And JJ's like, I don't want Dad, because he knows Dad took him away. So he was freaking out, right? So I didn't tell him he was even coming. Dad's going to come take you to school, I think. And so he came this morning. I was getting JJ ready.
So he got in last night, but he wasn't at the house last night?
Yeah, I didn't hear from him. Except for he texted me and said, I'll be there at 7:30 to pick up JJ.
Okay.
He came over in the morning and he's banging on the door. I'm like, oh great, here we go. I'm just gonna be nice as possible, and I had JJ stuff all ready for school, and then JJ was like, oh, Dad. And then he was like, Mommy, and ran to me and holding me. He's like, you're not taking me to school. So I got JJ stuff ready. I said, just go. And so he said, okay. So I gave him the backpack. He got in the car and always leaves something in the house and comes back. He never leaves the first time. He had left his phone on the counter, and then he came back in, right? So I kissed JJ goodbye. He came back in, and his phone was on the counter, and I had his phone. And he was like, give me my phone. And I was like, why don't you show me your text that you've been texting? Because he's like acting really weird. He's been talking to my other brother. And I'm like, why are you texting Adam? Like, do you even talk to him? Like, my other brother. He's blaming me for our marriage breaking up and my niece getting divorced and my friend getting divorced. He said, I'm a destroyer of families. Why would I have any control over what people do?
Yeah.
So it's just very odd. And then I have had to leave with JJ over the years probably 5 times and just stay in a hotel for 2 days because he goes nuts. Like, you don't know what's going to set him off. She's mad at me for always, like, going back. But we had JJ and he's special needs and it's really hard. Like, it's even hard to take care of by yourself.
So when you say he goes nuts, that can mean a lot of different things.
Right.
So goes nuts like yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
goes
yelling
nuts
and screaming,
like breaking
like,
things.
yes.
Goes nuts like physical violence.
He's never really, besides, like, grabbing us or pushing us, but not, like, punching us or something. But with Tylee, he has gotten physical
Okay.
before. And with my grown son.
Like physical how?
Like, got into a physical fist fight with my son when he was 16. And he came after Tylee 2 times in Hawaii. And, like, went like he was going to hit her, but then I got in between them.
Uh-huh. How old was she when that happened?
13 and 14.
So this morning he comes back in and...
He comes back in, I wouldn't give him his phone. He was screaming at me to give him his phone. He was very worried about whatever was on his text that he did not want me to see. And so I was just holding it there, and he was screaming at me. And I was kind of walking towards around the house with it, so he couldn't get it. He's like reaching for it and stuff like that. And so Tylee came out of her room, upset, and she had a bat. And she told him to leave her mother alone. He's screaming at her, don't you hit me with that bat, blah, 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 blah. And then my brother heard all the commotion because he was in there in bed. And so he came out into the main room. And then he just started, he was screaming and he was super upset and whatever. And he's yelling at Tylee, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, blah, blah. And so Tylee, I guess, I don't know if she's at him or what, but he like grabbed the bat from Tylee and then went to like hit Tylee with the bat. And I was right there, they were right there, and my brother grabbed him from behind, like just to stop him from hitting Tylee. And then they got into the thing, and he's hitting him with the bat, and they're on the ground, like grappling around or whatever.
And he hit your brother with the bat while they were grappling and stuff?
Yes, he was hitting him with the bat, like the bat, back and forth, and they were kind of like on the ground, and I was like freaking out trying to go around, knowing JJ was in the car, right? And so then he got up and he had the bat like this towards me, and I was going around the other side to try to just get out of his range where he couldn't hit me. And then I had told Tylee, go get in the car with JJ. I wanted the kids out of the way of whatever this fight was going to be.
Do you remember what your husband or your brother were saying or yelling during all of this?
Get off me, ow, or whatever. They were like don't talk to my niece that way, whatever.
So Tylee goes outside.
Yeah, she was outside.
And then what happened?
Then they got up from that, and my brother had like stepped back, I guess, and then Charles was coming with me at the back, yelling at me to give him his phone still, because I had it in my hand. It was all really quickly.
When you said when you were going around and he was coming at you with the bat, how was he holding the bat?
I was kind of turned around, and we were all right there in that room, except for the kids had been outside by that time, and I heard the and
so you heard the did you actually see the or did you just hear it?
I didn't see I heard it, and then I came back around and I saw that he was on the ground. Okay. And I was freaking out. I just felt like, I gotta get to the kids. And so I just went outside and to see if they were in there okay. I didn't want them coming back in the house when all that was going on. And got JJ in the car, and he was trying to come in, and Tylee was like looking at me with like the crazy eyes, like what just happened. And I told her to get in the car and we're going to take JJ to school. And I just left.
When you came back in and you saw him on the ground, where was your brother? Did you see him where he was at?
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
Okay.
Like, it all happened very quickly. I feel like I was there because I was right there, and like a second later. Like, I just went around the kitchen to get away from him.
Did your brother say anything to you at all? Do you remember?
No, we were both just in shock.
Okay.
Like, it was just I didn't say anything. I went out